corn for the increased prices so that they can just have fatter bottom lines?
That's, time and time again, we see that as the case. It was not something that we hoped to see when they first came out last year, beginning of 2008, and the criticisms. But just recently, last week, they had another press conference signifying the same thing. We need to do away with ethanol because the food prices are getting too high. And so we're asking them to tell the truth to the consumer. If they really believe that corn price and ethanol are the main reason for the rise in food prices, show us the data. The data is not proven to be true when you look at corn price, wheat price, and soybean price.
And you also said that 9%, I think you said 9% of the corn ends up in food?
Yes.
You're not counting the livestock feed, which is,
then
we also eat livestock
that's
as food, right?
Feed product, yes. So we're going directly to human consumption into a form of a food product that goes directly into the food. So the corn industry, it's actually USDA categorizes different areas so they can put together a balance sheet for the industry. Feed consumption is separate, exports are separate, and industrial is separate as well.
The top 2 or 3 foods that are consumed?
I think it's probably
corn syrup.
The top one would be high fructose corn syrup. That would be number one. Then you have your cornmeal, modified food starch, those sorbitols and different products, but those pale in comparison to high fructose corn syrup. Yeah.
I guess part of it, I think, just knowing some of the industry is to back up a second and say, how did ethanol get started in Ohio, and why are corn farmers so interested in it now?
Well, I think the best person to really talk about that is Mike Wagner. Mike worked tirelessly for the Ohio Corn Marketing Program, Ohio Corn Growers Association, before the inception of the Buckeye Renewable Fuels Association. So over 20 years ago, a group of farmers worked together to develop a program to create dollars to utilize for market development, promotion, and education. And that program's #1 goal 20 years ago was the start of an ethanol industry. And this is not something that happened overnight. This is something that these growers and Mike Wagner and others worked endless nights working with folks in Washington, folks in Columbus, researchers, academia, to determine if Ohio could eventually produce ethanol. And this time last year, we were producing 0 gallons of ethanol in the state of Ohio. Today, at the end of 2008, we're looking at 400 million gallons of ethanol. So this industry started just in a living room. The industry started in Ohio, a living room in a farm in Ohio. And it's taken a long time. And efforts of corn growers like John Davis and Steve Miller really were the backbone of making sure that they had markets for the product they're producing.